It's hard to live or visit any mid or large-sized city today and not notice the construction cranes. Welcome to the trillion-dollar multifamily housing industry. It's an industry that touches virtually every city and every town in America. Did you know that more people rent today than in any other time in the last 50 years? The industry is truly thriving, but that growth has created a challenge. It's left companies struggling to find and retain enough talent to keep pace. On average, apartment communities replace 31% of their workforce annually. That number goes to as high as 50% when we're specifically looking at entry-level positions. Think groundskeeper, maintenance tech, leasing consultant. This truly is an issue for these companies. So how do they find a motivated pool of individuals that are ready to work? It turns out there was an obvious solution. An untapped and underserved pool of potential candidates that were just looking for opportunity. But we didn't see them. We didn't see them. We were looking right past the individuals and families that not only could be a solution, but could be the solution. It's estimated that between 3 and 3.5 million Americans experience homelessness every year. And of those, 83% are considered situationally homeless, meaning they've suffered some sort of life-altering event, like a sudden job loss, unexpected medical bills, victim of domestic violence, or a natural disaster survivor. These are individuals that have been in the workforce before, have marketable skills, but through a series of circumstances or bad luck, have found themselves in a place they never thought they'd be, living out of their car, perhaps on a friend's couch, in a shelter, or literally on the street. The reality is 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck and have less than $1,000 in their saving account. It just doesn't take much for life to go off script. So, on one hand, we have a community looking for housing and employment. On the other, we have an industry looking for quality employees. Could these two communities come together and be the solution to each other's problems? So an idea was born, Shelters to Shutters. My name is Andy Helmer, and I'm Chief Executive Officer of a private industry initiative to provide housing and employment for those individuals simply in need of a hand up. Let me tell you how it works. First, we work with apartment properties who are looking to fill entry-level positions and nonprofit organizations in those same communities that serve the situationally homeless. Next, we screen and vet candidates, much like a referral agency, providing a curated pool of ready-to-work individuals. Third, we provide case management to help those individuals transition to a life of self-sufficiency. This isn't a Band-Aid solution. We're not interested in helping for a year or two. We're interested in life-changing results. The result, 87% retention rate, which is significantly greater than the industry average of 50%. 89% of our participants get a raise or some sort of promotion after their first year of employment, and a full 93% of individuals have remained employed. This truly is a win-win-win situation. And how often does that happen? Our nonprofit partners win because we're assisting their clients. Our industry partners win because we're providing a pipeline of great candidates. And individuals and families win by giving them two needed pillars critical for self-sufficiency: stable housing and income. We're producing life-changing results. Let me tell you about a remarkable woman named Odessa. mother of 5 with 2 sets of twins under 5, started missing work due to a difficult and abusive relationship at home. Unemployment and divorce followed, and she was left to enter a shelter, or as she put it, transitional housing, because using the word shelter was too painful. Enter Shelters to Shutters. A partner of ours in Charlotte, North Carolina, offered Odessa an administrative assistant position at one of their properties, and she quickly moved into a brand new 2-bedroom apartment of her own. Within a year, Odessa was promoted to leasing agent, and for the next 2 years, she was the only one in the entire company to receive a perfect score in the annual customer service and effectiveness survey. In the words of one of the evaluators, Miss Moore's desire to go above and beyond to help someone find a home was palpable. See, she knew what it was like not to have a home, and she was driven every day to help others find theirs. Now, I wish I could stand here and tell you that I was the one that finally connected the dots and started Shelters to Shutters, but I wasn't. It was a gentleman by the name of Chris Finley, an apartment owner and operator with properties in the Southeast, that was reading a random article in an outdoors magazine that chronicled the experience of an individual that decided to be homeless for 3 days in Asheville, North Carolina, that opened his eyes to the possibility. In the words of Chris, if you could change someone's life and it would cost you nothing, would you do it? Of course you would. And that's what we do every day at Shelters to Shutters. Because homelessness is not an identity, it's a circumstance. And now we understand that circumstance. And now we see them. We see them as neighbors, we see them as colleagues, we see them as human beings with dignity. Our hope is to inspire other industries with similar workforce challenge to do as we've done, to look past the stigmas, the perceptions, and the circumstances, and truly see each other. Thank you.